Hi Cancer, welcome to your March 1st to March 15th Astro Reels. As you know, it's my pleasure to serve you, and you know how it goes. These readings are timeless and signless, so you don't actually have to be watching when it's being published, and you don't have to actually have any significant Cancerian placements. If it resonates with you, then chances are it's for you. And if it doesn't, then I would advise that you just kick back a bit, wait and see how the energies unfold, because that's how energies go. If you'd like to work with me personally, you know exactly where to find me. Boop, at my Etsy shop. All of the information that you need to connect with me professionally is in the description box of whatever platform you're watching. So let's jump in. 44 minutes. Yay! Got it in quickly. Let's jump in. Immediately, guys, I am getting mother issues. And forgive me, I'm a little bit out of breath because I just ran up the stairs, so I'm like I just did some river dance or something, which I didn't. But anyway, I'm feeling some mother issues. I wanted to say mothery issues as opposed to mother issues. Not quite sure what the distinction is there, but I am feeling it. And I am aware that Cancer, wow, you're just jumping right into it, but I am aware, Cancer, that you are the mother of the zodiac. So we get it. 1 minute, 22 seconds, heading over to 33. Master healing. Why I said, wow, Cancer, you're just jumping right in. There you are again. Okay, there's your higher self. You are in position. Whoever you are, you're like this. Bring it on. I'm waiting. I'm in the middle of the field. I'm waiting. Electrocute me. You know, like you're not quite at your Lieutenant Dan status when you're like, come at me, God. Basically, he's doing a bit much, but I understand. And I thought he was really hot later when he cleaned up. But anyway, that's aside. That's for another conversation. But that's kind of where you are. You're like, I'm ready. Hit me with this stroke of genius. Hit me with this innovation. I mean, you're still in aqua vibes. You're like still, you're hoping your Uranus would just reach out and like, you know, tap you or something. So I like this. I'm really digging this energy because you know what? When you're primed, 2 minutes, 22 seconds, you're primed for innovation. That's you literally turning your ears to spirit and saying, hello, I'm ready if you are God. And you're waiting for the phone to pick up on the other side, right? And look at this, orbs of light. I'm getting this is your higher self that is responding to your call. And it's beautiful, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. A lot of people don't realize it's so common and it's so easy to want to seek resources outside of ourselves. We have our lovely ascended masters, of course, you know, we have our ancestors, we've got our angelic guides, we've got the elementals, we've got everybody. We've got everyone, right? But a lot of people sleep on the fact that their higher self is for reals. This is an inside job. Your higher self is way at a higher dimension, right? Coexisting with a lot of these lovely ascended masters somewhere. Why don't you also enlist the help of your higher self? I'm just saying, who knows you better, baby? Devotion. You've been practicing devotion to outside energies. Let's start practicing devotion to what's inside. So this is when you start to shift. And this is what they want as a people. They, our galactic cousins, want us as a people to shift from seeking the God without, you know, outside of ourselves, to acknowledging the reality. The reality is that God is within. Because the outside world, the manifested world, is merely a product of your own energetic projections. You're literally projecting onto the light field your own ideas and beliefs of reality. And so therefore, as you evolve, so does your outside world. As you devolve, so does your outside world. As you make certain choices, you may not realize it, you may not perceive of it because some of the changes may be subtle, but there is change to your outside world. Just imagine you're like, what's this lever do? You just pull it and you're like, I'm not seeing anything happen. And somewhere, zzz, zzz, there's like a train track, 4 minutes, 44 seconds, a timeline, higher timeline, back to lower timeline, it's a higher timeline, lower timeline. That's how it is. Oh, I think I'll hook back up with my ex, lower timeline. Oh, maybe I'll apply to that program I've always wanted to because it brings me joy, higher timeline. This is just how these things work. And so I just feel like I just love where you are, whoever you are watching this video, if it's for you. I love your energies because you are poised. This is giving me Cap vibes. But Capricorn, remember, did you watch the Capricorn video yet? The Capricorns, they're out here making the rest of us look like fools. I'm just saying, per the usual, all of our Capricorn friends were getting straight A's. And then when we went to work with Capricorns, they were the managers who got into management like in the first year, while others took 6 years, right? So we love you, Caps, right? But on a serious note, check out the Capricorn reading. They are killing the game right now. They're getting the award right now for the bi-weeklies. And the bi-weekly award so far goes to the sign of Capricorn for getting done. Well, I feel that you too are getting done, Cancer, and I love it. But you are definitely waiting for inspiration. You're waiting for love, divine love. You're not around, You're not around out here, and I appreciate it. Speaking of, like, look at all these cards. It's so high vibrational. It's crazy. Bah! That's what that looks like. Bah! Yeah? Okay. Man. Everyone wants to know. I want to know. My hands are shaking. What's this last card? Look at this. Family of Light. I mean, could you be more aligned? Is this the dark night of the soul? Let us know, Spirit, because you like to play. Okay, divine talents. We'll take it. Whenever I see this card, this gives me an idea like there's a little bit of a challenge going on. But with these cards behind, I don't think it's going to be a problem. This whole thing looks like this. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Put me to work. And then Spirit's like, yeah, but this is a 2-man job. Hey. Did you hear me? Said I'm ready. Spirit's like, all right, calm down. We're all cool here. And they're like, okay. You're like, so for this job, you have to play the flute and you have to heel your toes. And at the same time, you have to watch this celestial body, make sure that it doesn't fall out of the sky. And then you also have to make sure not to get completely warped by all these shadowy energies around. And go. You're like, right? It's like, it's just pandemonium. But you're here for it. It's a 2-man job, but you're like, let me do it. So this leads us to the next thing. Spirit is saying, yes, you can do it, but do you want to get started and do a 2-man job and get exhausted right away? Or would you rather us, so hold on a second, or would you rather us bring in a divine counterpart? And I know some of you just could not resist going to a romantic place. I want to pull you back for a second by the collar of your neck. That's me pulling you back. Gently, of course. God bless. And let us bring you somebody to work with. Okay, let us do that for you. And now I kind of feel like now we're starting to get into a little bit of the vibes that I was just getting in the Taurus reading, where Spirit was talking about new initiates, and sending somebody in to assist. So they're like, you can do a 2-man job because you're super excited and we value that, but you'll get tired quickly. Or 8 minutes, 44 seconds, you can work with somebody that we align you with so that you two can get this job done properly, conserve as much energy, and be a team. Okay, there's no I in team. And yes, I know there's an M and an E, but I'm not going to be the one to be like, but God, there is, Now Spirit is saying, if it is your journey to kind of work in an efficient way, 9 minutes and 9 seconds, in an efficient way, because sometimes efficiency leads to proficiency. Sometimes a marathon is better run than a sprint, right? And sometimes 2 hands are better than 1. I said that at 9 minutes, 22 seconds. So the guides are like, if that is what you're interested in, you're interested in calling in someone to help you do this work, because remember, you are like a divine contractor. You Spirit's like, what do you want to do? You're at a level of spiritual mastery. Look, if you have these kinds of contracts that come through this channel, you're at a level of spiritual mastery for which you have to continue to qualify, because especially down here when we're in the muck and mire, there are still tests that need to happen, upgrades and attunements and light codes and all of that. You have to maintain this stuff. But you're at a level of spiritual mastery where Spirit's like, hey, what do you want to do when you go down there? And you're like, well, I have this idea. All right, what do you need? Right? It's kind of like a independent study project in grad school or in undergrad or something, where you could have a project and Spirit will support you. But when you're down here, you're managing these things, but your resources are around if you have the wherewithal to reach for them. The last thing you want to do is to, number one, be in any ego where you're like, I can do it myself. And that's not what I was picking up here, by the way, just so you know. But that's how some people will try to take on too much. Also, you don't want to get stuck in your shadows, like, oh, I'm too afraid to work with other people. I'm afraid of what other people think, or this will happen, and I had a bad thing. So getting stuck in your wounds, that's another reason. I'm not necessarily getting that here as well. I'm just getting to, you're super stoked to get to work, and I love that. But Spirit's like, hey, wouldn't you like to enjoy it for longer? Bring someone in, we'll bring someone in. And if that's what you're interested in, they're going to send you on a little path here. It's not going to be long. The most I'm getting is about 6 months. I know some of you are like, what? But if you think about it, like, dude, we are already in the 3rd month of this year. Wasn't it 11 minutes, 11 seconds? Wasn't it just December? Now it's March? Like, what's going on? It's going to be June soon, right? And then maybe an additional 3 months, but 11 minutes, 22 seconds. But the guides are saying, we're just going to send you. They're saying not all of you will take 6 months, but for some of you, I'm getting 4 months. Yeah, maybe 4 is a good average for a lot, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. Though you're like, why am I doing that? Why do I need to go through that and stuff? I'm getting someone's birthday coming up. It feels like it could be in the month of April or something going on, or maybe you wanted to accomplish something by the time your birthday rolled around, but now they're like, well, we want you to pick up this extra person. 6 of Swords, moving forward properly. The reason why they want you, or they're advising you, because you can do what you want. The reason why they're advising you and apprising you of this resource, this person that you can be working with, is because this person is carrying a load of experience, and the way they work will be beneficial to you. This is not going to be somebody, for example, who puts their stuff on you. They had a bad day, now they're coming in, and now production is halted because they're in their feelings. I'm not getting that at all. Okay, now I love how they brought that through for you, Cancer, because Cancer, okay, love you, but you know you be doing too much sometimes, okay? Speaking of, I'm in my feelings today. Production, it has come to a halt. That's, we want to, okay, because the same way that you don't want people who are like that working with you, it's vice versa. So make sure that you're about the task that you're going into. Now, you will know this person. For some of you, this person is actually going to be in a biologically male body, right? But you're going to know this person because, look, Spirit's like, this is what they're like. Buttercup. Of course, Spirit is like this. They're like a star or whatever Spirit, some third thing the Spirit tells you about. But by the time it gets through the ether and through the shadows and earth and the atmosphere and it comes to you, it looks like a cute little buttercup. And you're like, Buttercup. Spirit's like, look at your ear, yup. It's like, you're like, got it, Buttercup. We're off to find the buttercups, the wonderful buttercups of Oz. And then you see this person with something that looks kind of like your buttercup. Ding, ding, star. They're like, star. You're like, Buttercup. I like buttercups. I like stars. Hey, close enough. Let's do this. Are you the one? As I looked up, 13 minutes, 44 seconds. 4, 4, 4. Yeah. Spirit's like, yeah, neither of you got it right, but you there. You found each other, and that's all we care about. This is how it goes, right? So anyway, when you meet this person, I do feel there's some karmic ties with this person, not necessarily negative, to be honest. Karmic in the sense that you know this person. You worked with this person before in another lifetime. This is vibing as somebody completely new in this lifetime, though. 14 minutes, 14 seconds. 5 of Swords. As you move into this, make sure that you, because look, Hermit, you're moving from Hermit to collaboration. Make sure that you clear away and watch for these shadows that try to keep you alone. Shadows meaning your trauma, your beliefs, right? Because right now you're being being asked to show up for this if that is what you want, and I would suggest it. Okay, love you guys. Gots to go. So this fits on Instagram. If you'd like to work with me personally, you know exactly where to find me. Until then, super buys. Bye.